Hello, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of Al's Air Guns. Today we are taking a look at the MarkPoint, a 177 caliber break barrel spring piston air gun manufactured by Umarex. This is a really unique pistol. The pistol is about 16 and 3/4 inches overall in length, has a 10.5-inch barrel. It's roughly 6 and 7/8 inches, almost 7 inches tall, and weighs right about 1 pound and, well, yeah, 1 pound and 12.6 ounces, so almost 2 pounds there. Another way to look at that is 811 grams or 0.811 kilograms. Pistol feels very nice in the hand. It is largely constructed of polymer with the firing components and mechanism manufactured from metal. Like I say, the pistol feels good. It's a good weight, points well, is muzzle heavy, which is really good for target shooting. It does come with fixed sights, and for a pistol like this, I found that these work really well. They're well regulated. They're easy to hit with. The pistol does not, it has a manual safety that you can choose to engage when you want to. When you go to fire the gun, you do have to depress the grip safety. So the grip safety is automatic. The manual safety is there for when you want to use it. Like any break barrel, loading it is a simple manner of cocking it. This is, here, let me scoot that back a little bit so we can see better. This is potentially a youth gun or an adolescent gun. Cocking is not as hard as the majority of the break barrels out there. To break it probably requires 5 to 10 pounds of force. To actually cock it all the way through the stroke takes about 14 pounds when it was new, but it does seem to be loosening up. Like I say, you need to depress the grip safety to shoot, but the other safety is manual. It does not engage automatically. So I find it a pretty good setup as far as shooting. I've enjoyed it a lot. Let me grab one of the targets I was looking at. It's always been my position that any spring gun isn't broken in until it has at least 300 rounds through it, and this is no exception. While I was putting pellets through it to see what it liked and how it handled, I shot this the other day, and this was just offhanded in my indoor range, and for a brand new spring gun, that's really good. This was with Crossman destroyers, and I found that this thing wants to group a lot of pellets really well. So I will do an accuracy and velocity episode on this, but I wanted to look at this in a little more detail as there's not really a lot out on these yet. Trigger pull, very heavy out of the box, but it does seem to be breaking in pretty well, and with the exception of being heavy, it's not a bad trigger. The firing action itself is very fast for a spring gun. In looking at the manual, and it does come with a good manual, a safety sheet, warranty card, that kind of documentation. In the manual, they do actually, under the maintenance section of it, they refer to it as being, let me read it here, the gas piston requires periodic lubrication. So while on the package they were calling it a smooth spring piston power, in reading the manual, they would lead us to believe that that is a gas piston in there, and firing it, I certainly believe that. The firing action is very quick, and there's no torquing to one side or the other, which sometimes you'll find with spring guns, particularly in pistols. So I think we're looking at a gas piston in here. As the pistol breaks in, she's shooting smoother and smoother. What I can say is this thing costs $35, $34.95, and I think that is just an excellent value. Can be both an entry into the shooting sports for younger shooters. Obviously, you would have to be strong enough to cock it and old enough to be responsible. But, for someone 12, 13, 14 years old, I don't think they'll have any trouble managing this at all. Now, I will go ahead and we'll look at the manufacturer's claims as far as velocity. I think they were saying about 400, yeah, I've got another one right there, saying about 400 feet per second with alloy pellets. So we'll take a look at that, see if that's true. Other than that, they're not making a lot of claims. It's pretty straightforward. It does, in fact, have a comfortable grip. The grip safety hasn't been a problem for me. It disengages reliably, no matter how I'm holding the pistol. I've got a medium-sized hand, and however I'm gripping it, I always find myself disengaging the safety. So, on 1911 pistols, for instance, sometimes you had to build a hump on there for a lot of shooters to disengage that safety reliably. But on this particular pistol, the grip frame seems to be such that your hand just naturally releases it, and there's almost no spring tension on it at all. So it pushes in quite easily, although it does operate positively. So it's a good safety. All in all, I was impressed with that. I was a little bit dubious looking at it in the box, but I found it to work really well. You don't even really notice it. So in this day of lawyers and litigation really encouraging automatic safeties, I much prefer this to the safety that sets automatically and then has to be disengaged, like the one on the Ruger Mark IV or some of the other pellet pistols that we've been seeing from Umarex and some of the other vendors. So, next episode, we'll go ahead and take a look at accuracy and velocity, but I wanted to go ahead and give this update on the Umarex MarkPoint 177 caliber break barrel air pistol. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and I will see you on the next one.